Okay, so what if you could literally engineer a global pop supergroup from scratch? I mean, not just discover talent, but actually design a group from the ground up to take over charts all over the world. Well, that's the wild experiment we're diving into today. And it all starts with a number that is just mind-blowing. It all kicked off with this: 120,000. That's the number of people from all over the planet who auditioned for just 6 spots. Think about that. This wasn't just some talent search. It was a massive, global dragnet for a totally new kind of superstar. It was the very first step in a very, very deliberate plan.
So, you've got all this raw, global interest. How in the world do you shape that into a polished, chart-topping machine? Well, that's the exact question two absolute giants of the music industry decided to answer together. You've got HYBE, yeah, the powerhouse behind BTS, joining forces with the legendary US label Geffen Records. And their answer? It's a 6-member group called KATSEYE.
All right, so let's get into their formula, because the very first ingredient is what makes this group so different right from the jump. We're talking about a radical, completely intentional level of diversity. And this isn't just about having members from a couple of different places. Oh no, this is about weaving a really complex tapestry of cultures and backgrounds right into the group's DNA. I mean, just look at this slide. This really breaks down how incredibly global this group is. You've got Sophia from the Philippines as the leader. Then there's Menom from Switzerland, who isn't just Swiss. She's got Swiss, Italian, and Ghanaian heritage. And she's multilingual. Daniela from the US brings this amazing Latin energy with her Venezuelan and Cuban roots. Then you have Laura, an Indian American, and of course Yoon Chai from South Korea, who provides that crucial K-pop foundation. And get this, Megan, another US member, has Chinese, Singaporean, and Swedish heritage. It's just an unbelievable mix of cultures in one group. So yeah, you heard that right. 6 members representing 10 different nationalities. This was no accident. This is the core of their strategy. The whole idea is to build in these authentic connections right from day one, so that fans pretty much anywhere in the world can look on stage and see a little piece of their own culture reflected back at them. And this quote from Anon, man, it just perfectly captures why this is so important. She talks about how, as a mixed girl growing up, she just didn't see entertainment groups that looked like her. That feeling of being seen, it's so powerful, and it's something this group gives to a huge multicultural audience that, for a long time, has been kind of overlooked. Okay, so if that radical diversity is ingredient number 1, then ingredient number 2 is the blueprint for how you actually pull it all together. You know, it's one thing to assemble a global team, but how do you train them to perform like a single cohesive unit? This is where that HYBE and Geffen fusion really kicks in. What they're doing is they're essentially smashing 2 very different worlds together. On one hand, you have the legendary K-pop training system from South Korea. You know, that super intense, systematic approach that creates these perfectly synchronized performers. But they're applying all that rigor to a global talent pool, where they're also encouraging authentic self-expression and the diverse influences that Western artists are so known for. It's truly the best of both worlds.
And the end goal here isn't just K-pop that happens to be sung in English or Western pop with a little K-pop flavor. Nope. They're trying to create an entirely new genre. They're calling it global pop. And the whole point is to make music that feels borderless from the moment it's created.
So when you boil it all down, the blueprint is really about balance, right? You get the incredible polish from that elite training, but you also get the authenticity of the members expressing their own unique identities. And the result is music that's kind of like a cultural bridge. It's designed to feel totally at home anywhere in the world, without really belonging to just one place. Okay, so it's a new girl group. Why does it matter so much? Here's why. This whole global experiment isn't a theory anymore. It's actually working. And its early success is sending some serious shockwaves through the industry, potentially creating a whole new playbook for how to make a star. And the results started pouring in almost immediately. The theory was that there's this massive global appetite for a group just like this, and reality proved that theory right. From the second they debuted, the connection was instant, it was huge, and it wasn't just about fan excitement either. We're seeing this success in some really concrete ways. They're already hitting international charts, which is great. But what's truly insane for a brand new group is the commercial side of things. They have already locked down major partnerships with iconic brands like Gap and Fendi. That kind of high fashion, mainstream validation right out of the gate is practically unheard of. And it just proves that the industry sees massive, massive potential here. And that right there is the biggest takeaway. This is so much bigger than just one group's success. What KATSEYE is proving could fundamentally change how the entire industry creates stars. This experiment, it might just become the new official blueprint for making a global superstar. So, all of this leaves us with one giant question for the future of music. We've seen the formula, we've seen the powerful early results. So, is this it? Is this the new model? Is deep, intentional cultural diversity no longer just a nice to have, but the single most essential ingredient for creating the next global phenomenon? All I can say is the industry is watching very, very closely.